A stock I told you to buy 5 days ago at 10, which was Bed Bath & Beyond. Did you listen to me? How crazy is the meme stock? I mean, how powerful it is. I mean, we'll get to it a little bit, but what are your thoughts first where Bed Bath & Beyond is just, that's the number one stock that everybody's talking about, obviously, because it's up 300% in 5 days.
This is just entertaining to me. Some people are going to rant about, hey, this is bad for markets and capitalists. It gives it a bad name. I don't go that far because there's silliness in everything. I would like to know, there's an article in the Wall Street Journal as of yesterday, Frank, or no, it's today, but they really don't say anything about what's driving it behind it. I know you have a good argument about algorithms. I know I've seen some headlines about the retail investors being back. No doubt what the short interest has to be, depending on what website you check, it's 30 to 40%. I've seen a couple times.
I just brought it up, right? So
that's one thing.
Here, and
I know you got a good comment. Let me just say this. Yesterday, when this stock is rallying, it was up at 70% at one point, right? I think. B. Riley Securities comes out, and this isn't throwing stones at them. This is just timing, and I joked about this with you. Analysts come out and said, we're downgrading Bed Bath & Beyond from neutral to sell and reiterate our $5 price target. Okay. At this point, it was probably a $15 stock because it popped so much yesterday. Frank, this is based on their valuation of 0.2 times fiscal year 23 sales estimates. The stock is going up. And again, this is just the environment that we've chose to play in to pull the Godfather line. Frank, you can be totally logical and common sense and say, hey, this company is burning through money. I think they burned to 200 or 300 million. They had to tap credit lines.
Yep.
There is no argument to be made to say, hey, this is a value stock trading at a good valuation, and we think this is a good risk return for your money. But that doesn't matter in our reality. The stock was up 70%. It's a fun trade. If you're in it, I hope everybody makes money. But if you're not watching this thing like crazy, the odds of you getting hammered are extremely well, Frank.
Well, here's something I got to bring up. This is from Capital IQ, and it shows a short ratio. So if you see the red line is showing the stock, and the green line is showing the short ratio. Obviously, it's going up, but it's interesting. Right at first, second week in May, it's 20%. It was even, you could take the low, and this is in April when it comes to the short position at 15%. Guys, right now it's 37% short. And if you look, as the stock was getting killed, getting crushed, the shorts went higher and higher and higher on it. It made sense because the numbers are horrible. And then boom, look what happens. This thing absolutely takes off. It's up tremendously. And you're looking at even from here, it's 27% to it's if you have a 10% short ratio, that's relatively high. I mean, it went up 10% short ratio from 27 to 37 basically in a month. So the shorts started piling on, and then you just have this massive short squeeze, which all you need is a little bit of information, which, that's all it takes, right? And it could be factual information. So the stock's 25 right now. It's up 22% today. It was $10 recently, or like 5 days ago, right? 5 trading days ago. But when I look and you see there is Ryan Cohen, who's, billionaire, serves GameStop's chairman, and it showed that he owned nearly 12% of the shares of Bed Bath & Beyond as of April 21st, including position in distant out of the money call options, which were, what were they, Daniel? You know them. I think it was 60, 65, 70, or maybe even up to 80. They were a hell of a lot higher than what it's
stock
a lot higher, say chairman. So what happens is you get a Reddit board that figures this out at the beginning, right? It might even not be Reddit who started this. I'll get to that in a minute, because this isn't a real tail push. This isn't all meme stocks. This isn't Reddit. Yes, it's been the most mentioned stock, because the most mentioned stock on every single site right now, because it's crazy, right? So they mentioned that the most 5 times more than any stock. Obviously, a move like this does not take place without Wall Street and those algorithms, which are tracking all this stuff, right? They're not looking at stocks and saying, wow, did you see Target's quarter? Did you see Walmart's quarter? Look, the inside, they got new management. None of that shit matters. They're going in and out based on looking at the trading volume, who's putting in trades, how they can make a quick done in a second, right? A millisecond. Like they could do 25,000 trades the same time you could do one, probably even quicker than that, right? So you're seeing this where the algorithms get behind this and push it even further, which is forcing this massive short squeeze. But here's the thing, because those out of the money call options, they go out to January, and everyone's citing them. Wow, holy cow, did you see this? Did you see it? That news has been public since February. It's the same options. But yet, all that came to this. How does that news get released? Well, it gets released when you start following this stuff, right? So you get the Reddit crowd. Okay, here you go. You got these guys talking about it. They're going to always talk about the meme stocks. Now you get the algorithms triggered, but even behind the scenes to get this news out, and nobody actually look until today about this. Oh my God, this guy's got call options of 65, 60, whatever they are. And again, the stock is 10, which is outrageous. You're like, holy shit, what's going to happen, right? And this is through January. So all of a sudden, everybody knew that today when everybody could have known that in February when this guy did it. And that's what's interesting to me is the push of how you're getting news out there, which, you know, is perfectly fine. It's just a matter of nobody knows it, right? And that's why it matters. It's public information, not insider information, but apparently this got to the public so late when a lot of people loaded up on this position early. And now you're seeing this thing absolutely take off. Who knows where it's going to go? And, you know, I'm going to do this really quick, but just to see this move in the stock, and not only that, you see with GameStop, you see all these things. It's pretty amazing, Daniel.
Yeah, it just continues to baffle me. Like I said, you can point to this and say this is what is so silly about markets, and you'd be right. But again, you don't have any gun to your head. You don't have to play in this. You can just look at it and breeze over it. It's not a big. What is GameStop, by the way? Is GameStop participating in all this? No, it's only up not even 1%.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at something else really quick. So I want to look. This is the capital summary. And
hey, you don't think that retail invest? Sorry to interrupt. It's back to school season. You don't think that either young kids on Robinhood are trading, or parents are happy that kids are back in school, that they're just day trading now and pushing these meme stocks up? You don't.
Are these college kids, or these kids are not in college, right? I don't know. I really don't know. But you know, I look at this name, and here when I bring this up, so this is a capital summary, right, for Bed Bath & Beyond. It tells you how much debt they have, the net debt. You can see this on our YouTube channel, which is absolutely for free because of Research YouTube. So you're looking at net debt of $3 billion. Just the cash position is only $100 million. It tells you when they have to pay this debt, right? So right here would be capital lease 2.5, and they tell you, the amount of debt that is actually due. But it's most of it is due in year 4, year 5. You're going to see a lot of debt due after 5 years. But still, I mean, the enormous amount of debt, most of it's senior debt, is incredible. 100, and you just see the numbers are absolutely horrible, right? It's horrible. Where as of the last quarter, it looked like, wow, this company, I'm not going to say they're going to go bankrupt, but man, they have to do a lot. And it makes me think, like, what are they going to do right now? Because they have to raise capital. They should be raising a shitload of capital. Do it at the market, whatever you need to do. Do it at a discount, whatever you need to do. But right now, you should do everything you can to try to raise money for this stock at this price. That's up 300%. And AMC did that, and you need the cash and just take advantage of it, right? You got it all the way up there, you got the stock all the way up, and that's great, but it's going to result in a quick stop of this momentum and the stock coming down. But who cares? Because if this stock goes back down to 10 and 9 and 8 and 7, and it might, eventually the fundamentals matter, right? Eventually the fundamentals matter. You could only go so far and build this thing up, but fundamentals matter. If you don't have the fundamentals, you're going to go out, you're going to go under sooner or later. And the fundamentals aren't there. They have to raise cash. They have to close a ton of stores. You could do it for your stock right now, and that's how you should be playing this. But look, it is what it is. Have fun with it if you want. People have thousands of dollars and say, I don't care if I lose this, but I want to turn it into 20 grand right away. And here you could do it. So I'm not going to say you're an idiot for buying it here, because I probably would have told you an idiot for buying it 3 days ago. Right? So, to be realistic, just if you're playing around with this and options, just expect to lose all your money. And that's fine. That's a good trade for you. If you have like $2 grand and you're like, what? I don't care. I did well the past couple of weeks. If I lose this $2 grand, it's fine, but I want to turn it to 20 grand. That's what the meme stocks are for. And some people play the crypto market for that, depending on what you're doing. But it's amazing to see this type of move. And guys, this type of move for this company with the amount of volume that you're seeing is not done by the Reddit crowd. It's not done by the retail crowd. They're contributing. Yes, they're mentioning it. But if you go to every website, every major website, even in CNBC, they're going to say this is one of the top stories. And this is being mentioned more than 3x more than any of the story of the stock, at least more than any of the stock today, obviously, and the past couple of days. But this isn't driven by the Reddit crowd. I mean, you have the Reddit crowd pushing this a little bit, but this is driven by the algorithms. This is Wall Street as well, that understands that if someone's on that trade and they're short right now, they have nothing to do. They're getting wrecked. And that's why you see it continue going higher and higher and higher. And who knows? It could double from here and go to 50, 55. So we'll see. But guys, just, be careful. It is a great story.